This is IBM Museum. I'm going right into running the system information tool, the patch version, on this Model 85 K/N that I've just struggled with on the SCSI subsystem. But it did boot to my diskette that I have the system information tool on, or SIT, and we're going to run it. I'm doing the SIT patch version rather than just SIT, being the original version. And we'll have to see what this tells us for the hard drive values, because it's a non-functional SCSI subsystem right now, and the only adapter I have in there is that IBM XGA2 video adapter. And let's see if that'll give us any more, what details that'll give us on the XGA. And this is the first time that we've run the system information tool on an XGA style of adapter, being that the XGA2 was, the original was called non-interlace, or NA, XGA-NI, excuse me, non-interlace. And then this is the XGA2, which is a later release, more capable video card. And I don't see any scroll selections there. So it's just all that information on that one page. Okay, and disk information ought to be interesting. And hopefully we're not going to lock up any of the system, or yeah, it doesn't have any logical drives installed by device number. I'm surprised I'm not hearing beeps from the system. And this is a 2.88 megabyte diskette drive with the 1.44 media that I have in there. And we've seen that specified before, but the K/N, being a later PS2, is able to support those 2.88 megabyte drives. Okay. So there's a basic rundown of the keyboard information, and it supports the 122 key keyboard of the Host Connect keyboard as well. Standard, I still have my Model M connected up for that standard keyboard ID code. And get type-o-matic rate supported, set type-o-matic rate supported, return to default type-o-matic rate supported. Memory information. This model does have 256 megabyte of RAM, but we don't get a lot of the detail of what sims that the model supports and that we've seen from other units. But it does show all that 256 megabyte of RAM. Okay. Miscellaneous technical information. Second interrupt chip is present. Real-time clock is present. Wait on external event is unsupported. Extended BIOS data area is allocated. System has a microchannel bus. DMA supports 32-bit address space. keyboard functionality call supported. Return POS data call supported. Return memory map call supported. Enable disable processor functions call supported. And this does have, as I've explained in previous videos, the K/N is K means 46DX 33 megahertz. N means 46DX2 66 megahertz. And it also supports the having a Pentium overdrive processor for 46, known as the Pod 83. It runs that internally at 2.5 times the planar clock, so it's 83 megahertz. And then the CPU or the processor functionality, that's often whether it can disable that L1 cache that's on the CPU or the L2 cache that is in a socket. Okay, and then non-8042 keyboard controller in system. Data streaming is supported. SCSI subsystem present on system board, even though it's not working. Information panel is not installed. And the K/N doesn't support that, doesn't have some of the driver chip circuitry on the planar to drive an info panel. This is not an IML system, and SCSI support is in the IML image. Okay. Mouse information. Even though I have a mouse connected, I don't have a driver loaded from the diskette. Operating system information just from that diskette, 6.22. Model and processor information. This will be interesting. Okay, so a lot of unknowns here. Machine name unknown, processor unknown, coprocessor is unknown. Even though I've got that 46DX 33 megahertz, pretty standard CPU. Model F8, and that's anything 386 SX or above for IBM, that BIOS model. Submodel is B4. I think I'm reading that lime green and I don't have my glasses on. BIOS revision 00. As I discussed previously, there's no later BIOS revision for the K/N. BIOS ROM date of November the 10th, 1993. And the system board POS ID of FEDF. Parallel insert ports is the number of ports again. No further information, no further detail on that. SCSI information. This will be interesting. So, adapter, SCSI controller adapter 0 slot system board. So, it identifies that the SCSI is on the system board. Okay. IBM SCSI adapters. 0 SCSI devices connected. It can't see that hard drive. SCSI index 0. And it lists adapter error reset required. So this may be toast. I may not be able to recover that. Okay, and I'm not able to select that no SCSI device on adapter either. Video information. This will be interesting for the XGA2. And how it sees the video capture here is an 8514 monitor. And it apparently has a megabyte. Well, I mean, that's normally the XGA2 has more VRAM than that, but it's identifying like a megabyte apparently as VRAM, I guess. and maybe it does it just as a basic for that, for this level. Okay. So that is the system information tool on this PS2 Model 85 K/N, and wow, what it took to get here, and I still have work to do on the system to see if I can get any further with it. And I'll be putting the hard drive back on that other K/N model. That may be some sort of future video just to see what I've got loaded on there. I just see the SVGA/A adapter on there for video, and it doesn't even have network boards or anything else, so I don't know if I've got an OS or just a basic install of Windows or OS2 or whatever on that, but I'll get to checking that out for another video as well. So if you enjoyed this content, click on that like button. There'll be much more of this on the channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Please recommend it to your friends that have an interest in this sort of stuff. I'm always interested in getting more subscribers. But that's all I have for now. This is IBM Museum. Thank you.